So we are here on episode 5 of Gem Radio. It's your host, Mr.B. I just got done with the joint mix. I had some Cheech Ortiz, Y. Khalik, China, and Wiki, and much more. And make sure you go and check the set list and the link in the description, and make sure you follow those artists. And just a reminder, my partner in crime, Fat Caesar, is shooting his pilot to his political podcast, The Senate, which is slated to come out later this month. And make sure you check out the track from Fat Caesar called 03 Trizzy on Golden Air Music Group SoundCloud. Now, on this episode, we have our very first guest of the show. This man currently resides in Atlanta, Georgia. He's the host of the most waviest show on the internet called Beats and Chill, and all his many of more to come milestones. His show has made to 50 episodes. I'd like to welcome STLNDRMS to Gem Radio. How you doing, sir?
Peace. What's good, bro?
Man, like 50 episodes, man. Like how you feel you making it up to 50 episodes? You make your own beats on the show, right?
Yeah, so each episode is it's kind of multi-part, right? So I warm up and play a bunch of beats, kind of get into the wave or get into the mood, as you call it, and then after that we make something live. So 50 live beats. So
wow. Shit, man, that's amazing. So of course I'd like to congratulate you on your first 50 episodes, man. You got many more milestones to come, and your show Beats and Chills is amazing. So how did Beats and Chill come about?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I started I kind of gave myself a mandate. I said I was gonna make a record every day, push it out to all my friends. And before I didn't really know how to get it to the people I wanted to get it to. So I just text messaged everybody like, yo, check out my new record for today. Yo, check out my new. So anyway, before too long, people were like, dude, stop texting me. It's like, nigga, irritating. And you're killing all my freaking minutes. And I was taking up everybody's space on their phone or whatever. So I said, I need to figure out another way to do it. And I went to SoundCloud, and then same thing, like nobody cared. So I was like, all right. I went to Facebook, and I put a video up, and it got a good response. So I was like, cool, I'll do more videos. And then, I just kind of iterated, and it kind of 80-20 and found like the most effective thing every time and try to do more of it. And Beats and Chill.
Wow, man. I feel you, man. Like I'll be like, me as a person who, has to, be an A&R and look at records and all types of stuff in my community. I really get tired of people like messaging me on my phone, like, check out this video. I'm like, no, please stop doing this. Like, I'll see it online. Like, it's not a problem. But you have something very, very special with this show, man. Like, I think I tuned in around like December, and then I was like, how did this guy end up on my timeline? Like, I just don't know how it ended up there. But maybe you make good use of like the ad space that Facebook has, that they have, the ads and stuff like that. But it came up, and I was like, yo, this shit is dope as hell. But also what I think is like when the NPC is like in front of you, I think dope shit is going to be made regardless. It depends. But you have a great show. And who is STLNDRMS, and how did you get that name?
So originally it was I still call myself STLNDRMS. And
see, I thought it was that too, and I was like, I'm like, why would he call himself that? But I did some research. I was like, it was between those two names.
Yep, and that's exactly what happened. Like, it was STLNDRMS for the longest. That's kind of the name I came up with, and then we take drums from wherever we can get them from. It's real simple. It's not really. I didn't put too much thought into the name, to be honest with you, but that's kind of where it came from. And then I had an interview on Radar Radio in London.
Yeah.
And I forgot old girl's name, but her voice is crazy. And she sounds real. Yeah. So she was like, STLNDRMS. And I was like, yep, I'll go with it. It's cool. You call me that. I'll be STLNDRMS today.
So you call yourself STLNDRMS, and I've actually saw one of your shirts and your merchandise about your heroes. I know I got two questions that has to be based on this one, but being that we got people like Madlib who likes to sample things based off of like, you know, things that are worldly, like, you know, India, all types of other things. Then you got Jay Dilla, who has the sampling from the soul samples and stuff like that. What is your favorite thing to sample from?
Man, for the longest it was fusion, like kind of like jazz fusion. I got into that stuff really heavy, and now it's more like I'm on this like Brazilian soul wave. Like I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know how much crazy stuff they had over there, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm on at the moment. But it changes,
Word.
man. Like it just, I find new music, and that's my favorite that week. So
Word, man. So where are you from originally? Because I really did some research and I found you're not actually from Atlanta. You're actually from Detroit.
yeah, man.
And
West Side Detroit.
it
Yeah.
shows. I'm not gonna lie. 'Cause I was like, you know, it's not an Atlanta producer, man. He sound like he's pretty from the Midwest because the way he goes about what he does, man. Like, you know, like other than that, like, you know, me being from Michigan, you being from Michigan, like, what are your thoughts on what's going on with Flint?
It's bananas. I mean, it's par for the course. It's not like it's something new, and people are being disenfranchised and ignored and not cared about. That's a freaking ongoing narrative with the country and politics as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were telling me about, yo, I can't believe all this stuff. It's so crazy. And I'm like, bro, when you're born on the wrong side of capitalism, that's normal. It's not like a new thing, bro. Like that's the reality.
That is.
So,
It's the actual truth, man. So, growing up, what are your musical influences?
man, West Side Detroit. So, jazz and soul, funk, blues. A lot of that.
Oh man. So, in what age did you start making beats?
I want to say, I just got out of the military. I was like
Oh,
20, 21, 22. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Wow, man. So, for everybody, he has a show called Beats and Chill. It comes on every Monday and Thursday. What time usually?
Usually around 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Uh, the show has such a relaxed tone and vibe. The setting has a great ambiance. The voice your voice puts it all together. To be honest, so like I want to know, were you inspired by any midnight R&B radio DJs and stuff like
That's hilarious.
that?
That's hilarious. Nah, bro. I used to rap, and I drink a lot of lemongrass tea. So that's usually the place I'm in. Come 9 o'clock at night, the work day is over. I'm just cooling.
Shoot, man. Uh, Also, well, I always peeped in the background. You got this poster of Master Roshi from Dragon Ball Z, man. Like,
Yeah.
what's your favorite? I know you're a big anime fan, so like, what's your favorite animes for all the anime fans that love to listen to the show? What's your favorite anime?
It's a tough one to answer. There's a bunch, but like
Oh damn.
a couple really, really good ones are Gurren Lagann, because that was mega dope. Fooly Cooly is awesome, and I mean it's open ended from that point. There's a million of them. I guess a current one, Drifters, is dope. I like
Oh,
Drifters.
I gotta check that out, most definitely. Man, you call yourself an ex Power Ranger? Like, I
Yeah.
want to know, like, are you a fan of the franchise itself?
No, I just sounded cool. I just typing other goofy stuff up when I was a kid.
It sounds dope as fuck, though. I ain't gonna lie, it was really dope, man. So, back to this old question. You have a merch that says that you shall have like heroes in beat making, and I picked three off the list, and even though all of them are my favorites, I picked Just Blaze, Flying Lotus, and No ID, and I want to know like what makes these guys your heroes, and what's your favorite beat or body of work that they've been featured on?
That's awesome. Awesome question. I can't pick a Flying Lotus record that I like the most. That's
Well,
impossible.
you can't, because I like Cosmic Grandma. I like Your Dad. To the Quiet Comes. I can't really say I don't like. It's not a Flying Lotus record I don't like. So I know that's gonna be hard for you to do.
And it's an experimental body of work, and it was like all of this stuff that he's done so far is kind of ridiculous. There was a Pharrell interview, and he said like Flying Lotus's career is essentially a decade-long like saxophone solo, and yeah, I think that fits.
that really fits.
Yeah. As far as No ID is concerned, like, dude, who hasn't like come up under no ID. Like that's Kanye's mentor is J. Cole's mentor. Like, stop it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, if you want to say like, what's your favorite no ID record? I'm just going to say like anything that was dope that Just Blaze didn't make that came out of Rockefeller.
Oh
And then if
man.
you say like, what's the Just Blaze records that are dope? It's like everything else that came out that was dope on Rockefeller, basically. So yeah.
Nah. Wow, man, that's crazy. So, like, I would ask you other ones, but you know that like having to really like go back in your mind and be like, damn, what is like the best Madlib beat? What's the best Jay Dilla beat? You had, I don't know how to pronounce dude's name, but I'm a big fan of his music. It's Nujabes or something like that.
Yeah, Nujabes. He
Nujabes
from
thing. I never know how to produce it. No, never know how to pronounce his name ever. But
it's all good.
I've been a huge fan. Like, what are your like, you know? So, what would be your favorite Madlib beat? That's what I would love to know. I'm a huge Madlib fan.
Favorite Madlib beat? Remember the J-Lib joint?
Yes, Champion
Champion
Sound.
Sound? Yeah. There is a couple of joints on there that are just dumb.
Yeah.
What's the joint, man? It was Dilla was rapping on it.
Oh man,
I can't remember the name of that joint.
yeah, I forgot too, man. I listened to it last night, which was crazy as hell.
But yeah, that
man.
record.
Yeah, some records is fucking timeless, man. I'm like a huge Dilla fan, man. I listened to Donuts like last week, like every day. Like I can't believe like somebody as genius as that guy is gone.
Yeah, it's bananas.
It's
when
crazy,
I used to rap, that was my first half of my set was just me rapping on Dilla beats.
Yeah, man.
And it was like, you make records, right? And I was like, yeah, but I want to rap over just Dilla stuff first, and then y'all, then we can do that.
Yeah, I actually that's like the first couple of beats I wanted to rap over myself when I wanted to rap. I was like, yo, I love Dilla's music. You know, of course, Ye, Alchemist. I'm a huge fan of Alchemist. Like it's beats that have like a certain type of soulful sound to it. I liked it a lot more. I still like it to this day because there's a lot of that shit missing in today's construct of music.
Yeah, music it progressed and changed, and that's cool. And I appreciate the progression and the change and the evolving and all that. I think it's really cool. But at the same time, I want to go back and get some of that old stuff sometimes. So I think this kind of maybe the niche I'm trying to fill, or like the itch I'm trying to scratch, or whatever you want to call it, is that, right? Like I'm a traditionalist to an extent. Like I think the sound that I make is kind of a hybrid between like the old sound sonically and the new, like, I guess timing, timing, almost format, but yeah, for sure. Like there's that, I just can't get it out of my head. It's like in my DNA. I just want that sound, right? Like I need that. So that's kind of what I'm trying to present, and that's kind of what I gravitate toward listening wise. But I appreciate what the folks are doing now. Like that stuff is crazy. Like some of the future beat stuff is bananas. I get it. I understand. Like it's really cool. You know, some people want to drive a Tesla, and some people want to drive a '67 Mustang. I like to kick it in the Mustang. That's all.
That's what's up. Now, being that you're currently in Atlanta, are there any like subgenre cultures that you're a part of? You know, because I feel ATL is more known for its trap and turn up sound currently. Because you know, they did have some very top of the line lyricists like Andre 3000, Ludacris, Big Boy. They had a couple dope, and of course Goody Mob and everything like that. You know, that's kind of like not the case this generation. But
no, they're still here. It's just so like it's just like anything else, right? You know how rich gets richer, big gets bigger, small gets smaller, right? So you have this mega conglomerate, this huge, ginormous industry that is the Atlanta music industry, right? So it's huge. It's bigger than big now, multi-billion-dollar music industry. And then you still have the same amount of super dope underground cats that are running around. They're just in the shadow of this.
That's actually my question. Like, what if you know any of these artists? Like, what artists and beat makers should we look out for?
Yeah, freaking Twami, Tim Flutter, freaking Tapes, Devin Malik. It's a list of dudes, man. It's a list. It's like a freaking 20 artist list long. Like, there's a bunch of people.
Shoot. I gotta look that up, man. Like, because I really would like to see more diverse styles coming out of Atlanta. I feel like there has to be talent, super talent in
Cause bus
Atlanta.
crates, like there's monsters out here, bro. Like monsters. I promise you. Like when I do a show, it's not just me. There's like a rack of people on stage, and they're all dope.
Shit. So, do you have a top five in in music artists that you would like to work with, and who would it be? I mean, why and
That's
why
another
would you
good
want to work with
question.
those?
Sheesh, Thundercat.
Awesome. I'm a
Yeah.
huge Thundercat fan.
Who else, man? People I would like to work with. That's a difficult question.
Mm.
To just kind of compare notes. Um, I want to work with an orchestra one day. That would be kind of wavy. Just to kind of,
That'd be
yeah.
dope.
The man, what's the name of those dudes who was doing the sample packs? I want to get in their studio. I can't remember the name of those guys who had the vintage sample packs.
The vintage sample pack.
Yeah, it was like I can't remember the name of these dudes, man. They had like the crazy like vintage sample packs. They had made like a 1960s studio recreated from the ground up, and they were like releasing these sample packs for people to chop up and make their own piece out of. They were like royalty free, but I mean, I don't know if I want to work with those dudes per se versus just want access to the studio. Just kind of like, I mean, those packs were mega wavy though. Like, so I would love to work with those dudes. I just can't remember the name. I have to do some research and shoot you the link.
Yeah, most definitely, man. You had to do that. Like like a music artist that you're like currently appreciating right now. Like you got Thundercat.
Yeah, Thundercat's amazing.
It's amazing.
I listen to like so much music. You know who I've been listening to? This is not a current artist at all.
Okay, good.
Cassiano, but this dude out of Brazil named Cassiano from like I don't want to say like late 60s, early 70s. Sheesh, like bananas. Go look that guy up. There's one. I gave you one. Like that. Holy crap. Like you're gonna go look up the records and be like, yeah, he gave me one. Like Cassiano? If you make beats, like yeah, if you make beats, I just gave you one.
Wow, man.
Like that dude is crazy. His whole freaking discography is crazy. Current artists who's dope right now.
It don't have to be current. It can be just anybody that you feel like, you know what, I can be in this studio and I can make magic with these people. Like,
yo, Leon Ware. Is Leon Ware still running around? That dude, he would be crazy dope to work with.
Probably.
You know, and then like the it's a given, like all the dudes who make beats that are in kind of a similar space. Like it would be hella cool to sit down with a Mono Mari and work on some stuff, or Knowledge, or Tees, or any of those dudes. That would be crazy. Just soak up some stuff.
That's so weird. I would always like do like an interview. Like I used to have this interview series called Beats After 7. I asked like a beat maker like 7 questions, and every time I ask them a question like who they like to work with, it ends up being Ghostface, and I never get it. I'm a huge Ghostface fan, but I'm like a lot of people want to work with Ghostface.
That's hilarious.
You're like, oh man, I think it was with I had an interview with King Guy Divine and Jesus. And they just said Ghostface, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's weird." And then somebody told me Rod Digger one time. I was like, "Okay, that's different." But yeah, man, like, yo, you have a very eclectic, palette when it comes down to what you're doing. I oblige everybody to go and check out what he's talking about. Like talking about all the artists that he's out talking about. Most definitely Thundercat. I'm a huge Thundercat fan. I hope an album's gonna finally come out this year. Like I'm tired of EPs. I want a whole project now.
Right.
Yeah, man. So do you have any plans of how far you want to go with this movement? Because Beats and Chill's a movement. It can be something bigger. It can be something way bigger.
We're just getting started, man. I'm working on a couple live spaces so we can start doing an actual live event.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. I want to make a tour. We start bouncing around and kind of doing the Beats and Chill tour and popping up in small venues, record stores, skate shops, houses, etc. Yeah, all that's coming this year.
I think you should do an NPR Tiny Desk. I think that would be dope for you. Like, to be honest, that'd be crazy.
Wavy.
Would you like to do festivals?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
That,
yeah, that would be amazing. I mean, I love playing out. I love playing live. Any opportunity I get, I try and take advantage of. I'm going out to Denver, I think, this month. I went out to Canada last month or a month before.
oh
Um,
snap.
yeah, so I'm trying to, as much as I possibly can. I need to get back out to Japan. We did Japan last year. That was wavy. I want to
Oh
do a run out
man.
there. Yeah, I lived out there for a while. That was pretty dope.
Oh wow. How is it living out in Japan?
Inspiring. It's like being in the anime every day. Like I had
Oh
never like
shit.
it's artistic steroids
Wow.
to walk around out there in those streets, man. Just creatively, just creative steroids. I say not even artistic. Just whatever your creative endeavor is, like if you do it, the second you put your feet down on the streets out there, I don't know if it's like the electricity or energy or just the people or what. But yeah, it's just like a supercharger for that,
So
for sure.
do you know how to speak Japanese or anything, or you just was over there and
A little tiny bit. I lived out there for like 2 or 3 years, so I picked up like
oh wait a minute, were you there when you was like in the army or anything
nah,
like that?
I was a civilian. I did graphic design. I worked with a bunch of people, and one of my clients was the Navy. But no, I
Okay.
was a civilian. I was just me getting it in
All right,
Japan
so
land.
hey, at least you was getting some work in, and I hope hopefully you weren't like without while you was over there because like, I would like to know like or for anybody like how is it to live abroad like in terms of expenses and you know you want to like follow your dreams while you're out there because
No,
that's
like
a
Japan is awesome. Like the pay is always good. I want to say like their basic standard for living is I would say higher than here. Like
mm,
so, we're a first world country, obviously, but I guess they're like whatever the next step is above that
mm,
because there's like a lot less like homelessness and strife and struggle. There's a lot less of it there.
wow.
Um, yeah, so I would say like their income to living ratio is probably a little bit better than ours, right? So like their basic jobs pay you basically to live in a regular place. Like you can get by on whatever. You'll be teaching English over there and be cool. You'll be able to get by
Mm,
and have a little bit of spending money, you know. Uh,
that's
so yeah,
because so like like having to live somewhere how's that how is that expensive or anything like that?
yeah, hell yeah, it's like way more expensive, but they pay more, so it kind of works
Oh,
out.
okay. So it just like it checks out. It's pretty much really
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So final question: what do you want the people to think when they hear or see the name Stolen Dreams?
Yeah, so stolen drums, stolen dreams is like I don't know. It's a good question. I love music. So if you look at anything, just think of me as a catalyst for the love of music, or even better to say, a vehicle to spread love through music. I guess would be a cool way to look at me. That would be dope.
Word, man. Yeah, I'd like to thank you for being on the show, and also you have a mix that you're going to be presenting us today for the show today, man. Like, what do you think the people got to expect for this one?
Yeah, so it's a mix of like just mega dope old kind of bits and pieces that I found around, and some of my own stuff blended in. Hopefully, you kind of get that vintage, wavy vibe from what I'm about to give to you. So yeah,
Yeah. So for for everybody, plugging your social media, your project. I know you have a project that's out right now. You have a Patreon as well.
yeah,
And
yeah.
there you go.
So yeah, Stolen Drums, STLNDRMS on everything, all social medias, all platforms, all whatever. There's a couple different ways to support the wave for sure. The best and biggest thing you could do is go get the music. You could do that on Bandcamp. I push everybody to the Bandcamp first because that's where the music is and that's what got me here. So definitely go check that out. You pick up, whatever record. Everything's pay what you want or free just to listen. If you don't do anything else but listen, I appreciate that. But there's a subscription there too. You can hit that for however much you want. And just kind of help me build out. If you want to hit me on social media, Stolen Drums on everything, STLNDRMS, and that's every platform, every social media outlet, etc., etc. Uh, and yeah, that's about it, man. StolenDrums.com for sure. And
Yeah. Yo,
yeah,
man, like I said, man, thank you so much, man. Like you're like one out of the three wish list producers I wanted to do interview with, and that was you. Good food out of North New Jersey, one of the people I finally met. And I do want to do an interview with Paul White because I have so much questions to ask that guy about Atrocity Exhibition because I'm like how you fucking make that. But yo, man, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, man, for being the first guest on the show, man. Like I'm really am like, you know, thank you very much.
Yeah, no stress, man. I appreciate you having me on for sure. Anytime you
Yo,
want me
man.
back, just hit me.
Oh shit. It's true, man. Like I said, the possibility that Gem Radio is only gonna go for like 8 episodes, and then I'm back to doing Indie Gold podcast, and then after that, I'll be back to doing Gem Radio again. So, you know, kind of keep ourselves busy over there. So, yo, thank you guys for tuning in to Gem Radio. My name is Mr.B, and we just had an interview with Stolen Dreams. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get into this mix.
Yeah.